Belum ganti. Hello, Rio and Mike. Can you hear me loud?
Yes.
Okay, good, Rio. I can hear you loud.
Yes.
All right, I can also hear you loud and clear. Okay, let's set up like last Sunday. Let me see your paper and everything. Right. So Ryotaro is still in portrait mode. So I think you can try to make it landscape. Right. Still portrait. That means the handphone is still portrait. You want to do something like what we did when we troubleshoot last Sunday. Okay. Mike, when you're ready, don't mute, yeah. So okay, Ryotaro, your handphone is still in portrait.
Great.
So I think you do need to flip the handphone. Yeah, that's very nice. That is very nice. Should be your right hander, right? So it should be on your left, right? Stand, and it should not be bothering you. If it is, please tell me.
Like this.
Looking good to me, and the zoom is great, except that everything is upside down. So if there is anything that you can do with that. So currently everything is upside down. That's the only problem. I can even live with that if necessary. For you, Mike, yes, definitely on landscape, I like it. Yeah. I think I can probably see your handwriting, and your connection today looks good, Mike. Right. Okay. Oh.
Is this landscape or portrait?
Let me see. It's landscape. It is landscape. So checking. Okay. Yeah. So Mike is still troubleshooting. So please wait. Okay. Yeah. Now you okay? Wait, Ryotaro. Just now your orientation, everything is great, and then suddenly it cut off. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it is looking very good right now, and I feel the zoom is out. Okay, so for Ryotaro, Mike, and Noah, I do not want you to mute, if possible, your headset or anything, so that our communication can be very fast. If our communication is slow, it defeats the purpose of using this setup. Then we should just go as slow as possible using JetBrains. So please don't mute when you are ready. Yeah? Okay. You guys can do what you want first, Mike and Rio. I'm just going to make sure that Noah is okay. Noah, I cannot hear you right now. So Noah, is the setup okay? Mike, you can start doing the stuff if you want. Huh? Oh, Noah is gone. Right. Okay. Okay, so you guys, right. Okay. Right. Right. So I understand that Mike wants to ask binomial. That's fine. Ryotaro, what do you want to ask today?
I'm still like I want to look at the previous papers I did, then like do the one I skipped. Correct.
You're talking about math, is it?
Yeah, math.
All right. So you are not worried about science right
now? I just want to be sure my math is okay first.
Right. Could you write something? Because I believe your handphone kind of flip it up again. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like. Why is your foolscap having a line on the right side? Sorry, that's normal.
On the right side.
Yeah. There's this line, vertical line on the right side.
Oh, no.
Is there a normal foolscap? Really?
Yeah, my school.
Yeah, true. Oh, okay. Then never mind. So I'm getting back to Noah first, so that I just make sure it's fine. Right. So Noah, your setup looks great. I hope it's not bothering you at all. It shouldn't. And you may want to zoom in a bit. Again, Mike and Noah, I'm asking you to not mute, yeah? All right. Thank you, Noah. All right, and thank you.
For today, I'm just using this mother tongue full scam because I'm like running low on like the
No problem. Oh, you're running low. Right. Oh, okay. If you're doing something serious, Mike, don't mute. Don't mute.
Oh, okay.
If you're doing serious work, don't you wanna like just borrow from your brother? Is that better?
No.
All right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Noah, is the setup okay with everything? Noah, I still cannot hear you, so I need to audio test.
Yes, okay.
All right. Okay, good. I can also hear you loud and clear. Noah, what are we doing today?
I don't know.
Okay, so just pay attention to me for a while, guys. Today is still a test, although we should be doing serious questions. So Mike has decided to pick. Mike, you'll be doing binomial. Ryotaro, you'll be doing the question that you are catching up with. So everything will be different. Today's test is basically, can I keep up with all of you if you guys are doing different things? That's the test today. So because you guys will be much faster with this setup than using Jamboard. That's the whole plan. Yeah. So go ahead, Mike, you do your stuff. Ryotaro, you do your stuff, and we'll continue discussing. Now, Noah, you say that you do not know what you want to do today. Does it mean that everything is okay for you?
Somehow my quadratic not really so good.
Oh, sorry, what do you mean by that?
The quadratic type of questions.
You mean you cannot factorize? You mean you cannot discriminant? You mean you cannot do discriminant?
Can. But when the question phrase it, they ask all the find whatever when one letter is something. All that somehow I cannot.
We are talking about revision of Sec 3, is it?
Yeah.
All right. So are you saying that in your school today, right? There is no math currently, no new stuff, no new A math or anything.
No.
No new physics or chem that you're worried about.
No.
I would rather we go to the future. Are you sure you don't have any future topic questions?
No.
Okay,
because
fine.
I haven't started on all this info.
Okay, so we'll go for the second best here. You say that you have problem with quadratic and stuff. If you have an exact question, example, please write it down, and then I think it's easier to discuss. Can you do that?
Yep.
Okay, Ryotaro, what's bothering you?
Because some questions are like part 2 or part 3, not the whole question. So I'm looking which one is like the most I don't understand.
Maybe you choose 3 if that makes it easier for you. Choosing 3 might be good if it is the same topic, right? If you feel that you need to discuss more deeply. Right. So Mike, I'm seeing your question, but I'm not seeing any working at all. So the question is, which one are you doing?
I'm just doing question 1 because I do not remember how to like use my stuff to get like the 3 significant things.
So I'm gonna copy paste your question 1, and then you show me. Okay, now you show me your working list.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sharing the. So Mike, we're going to try something new today. Yeah? We're going to, you're going to let me feedback to you using the same handphone that you're showing me. How do you do that? You simply twist the handle of the stand because you can twist the screen to face you. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. So right now I'm trying to take a picture of your working, right? You did very well, right? Okay. And now let's pretend that I'm going to feedback you using, sharing screen. So you're going to twist your stand so that you can now see your screen. Please do that. Okay.
I can see my screen.
Precisely, because the stand you can twist it so that the screen faces you. Does that make sense? The hinge allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So now are you seeing your screen, which is showing my share screen?
Yeah.
All right. So is it too small?
No.
Okay, then okay, let's pretend that we're going to use this mode, and then afterwards, if I want to see your working again, you twist it back. Look, very simple, right? Okay. Now, please tell me what is your problem with question 1, if there is something specific.
So I don't know how to use my result to find the value of like that.
Most excellent. Right. So this question, let's say you did it correctly until this point. I haven't checked lah. So I'm going to. I'm so sorry. I haven't taken my drawing. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this question is the basis of certain computing. Sorry, I used the wrong word. Your calculator does it this way, right? So I'm just going to use that as a background. So your calculator does not calculate this directly. Your calculator probably uses this. So which is to say, use your result is this to not find, but to estimate. So we are not going to find, so to speak, the real value. We're going to find an estimate value. Does that make sense first?
No.
All right, then let me show you how it makes sense. This thing should be the inside here, because as you can tell, 6 is 6, correct?
Yeah.
Right? So we are saying that, okay, the inside should represent 1.002, and this one is this one. No coincidence at all, right? No coincidence at all. So just by looking at that, we are saying that the 0.0002, did I get the right amount of zeros?
Yeah.
All right, is going to be equal to that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because of that, you can, so to speak, discover what the X should be. Am I giving you too many hints already?
I don't think so.
Okay, go and find the X for me, please. Just by using calculator, it should be easy. Tell me.
Okay.
Ryotaro, are you okay so far?
I shared 2 Jamboard.
No. Oh, you want me to see the channel, right? Okay. This is from the past, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fairfield, which one?
Fairfield and St. Teresa Convent.
St. Teresa. Okay, so let's go Fairfield. So, Ryotaro, you hear me saying to Mike, okay, we're going to discuss using only your handphone screen. That's another trial we're doing today. So let's say, okay, if you want to see my screen, you'll flip it, something like that, right? You'll flip it. So let's say I explain that way. It is not the most ideal one, but I want you to give it a try. So now look at your handphone screen, and you can see my screen by screen share. Can you do it? You flip your phone stand so that the screen faces you instead of faces up. That makes sense. Okay. Now you can see my screen on your handphone, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm seeing your Fairfield. Before I do that, Mike, what is your X?
0.02.
Which is correct, right? So, do you get it? Do you get it?
Yeah.
Right. So just to be clear, Mike, this is not equal. This is estimated. It is not equal, this is estimated. So this X can be now put here. And this, in a very strange way, is how your calculator probably approach things like.
So I just sub in like the value that I estimated.
Instead of pressing this in calculator, which will be extremely easy, you're going to this laborious, nonsensical route, which we will only understand if we study computing. This is how computer process things, not human process things, right? Okay, something like that. Okay, Rio, what is your question?
First one is question. I wanted to see how to do questions 6. It's page 1. Is the first one. But we never practice
linear law
type of question.
Linear law.
Because the other topics I thought not so hard to understand, but I just wanted to do this for like extra.
Okay. I'm going to answer very quickly first, right? Make sense? Can you find M from this 2 point?
Okay.
Right. Go and find M first, and then you can find Z, then find Z. Now I assume that you'll be doing it using Jamboard and drawing pad, so please go ahead so I can follow you. Right. So where's the this is not very... Noah, what is your question? You say you cannot do this one. What is it about?
This one.
Which one? Sorry, question 5, is it?
Yeah.
Are you practicing question 5? Is that what you think?
No, I did I tried doing it in December, but I cannot do.
Right. So what are you practicing just now?
This one.
As in you're working. Let me see your working. Right. So I cannot see you're working fully. Okay. Okay. You're to zoom in. Zoom up just a bit more. Just zoom up a bit more. Okay, that's great. Okay. So I can see that you're doing something here. Oh, it seems that you're doing. It seems to me lah. Any questions so far?
My friend told me if you see one curve and one line, you just make the same. Like you just equate the numbers.
And that's what bothers you.
As in why?
Okay, that's a long explanation. There is a long explanation. Please open your Desmos. Please open your Desmos. You will be needing your Desmos. Right. So we're going to pretend that we have the M already, which is 5, right? Okay. So you're going to put M as 5, and you're gonna put in the Desmos the 9x squared plus, in this case, 11x plus 1 plus the C is 4, right? Yes. If you do not know what I'm doing, then you have to look at my screen. So I'm expecting you to do in your Desmos basically the question, what the question says.
Write both equations.
Yeah, you should write both equation. So that you can visualize what your friend is saying. Just do this, but why, right? Okay. Now I cannot see the line. The line is mx plus c, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna also draw mx plus c, which is I think 5x plus 4, right? Okay, so, and so nicely, I think they do intersect it. Okay, tell me when you're done. Mike, are you okay so far?
Yeah.
All right. So are you at question 2 or something?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Any problems so far? Because I'm not seeing your working. I would rather see your working than the question. I would rather.
Yeah. Well, I need help with the question.
Right. So show me the question clearly first, so I can copy and paste because I'm not seeing it clearly. There you go. Right. Okay. Okay, thank you. Now please show me your working.
I don't have a working yet.
You don't know how to start.
Yeah.
Right. So it's important for me to foresee your working, because then it is I know that you're stuck. Right.
Okay, I'm done.
Now the second thing that you must do is you must in your second step you have the the result of the equal 0, right?
Yeah.
So you must also put that in the Desmos, right? You must put it in the Desmos. Tell me when you're done. Right? For you, Ryotaro, do you know how to continue from there? You're doing fine. Do you know how to
continue from the equation?
Yeah, because look, this is y, this is x, right? Big Y and big X, right? But he wants y equals to something x. That's what he wants, right?
Yeah.
This is big Y and this is big X, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
Big Y, big
so
X.
I just sub it instead of the Y, it becomes
small y over root x, become x squared, and then you just rearrange stuff. Make sense?
But then this equation, do I write small x like this?
No, big. It's always big big Y and big X. You misunderstood if you think it is small y and small x. It's a very confusing representation if you draw small y and small x. It should be big Y and big X, and there's a reason for that.
So no matter what situation, always write big Y, big X.
In linear law, in linear law, if you are representing the line is big.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So sorry, Mike.
All right, which one?
Right. So just a minute, Noah. It's very confusing because yeah. Anyway, I explained to you. There's a technical problem. So Mike, you should be expanding. If you're not doing anything, it's very difficult. In this case, if you stop, that's not good. You should be expanding. Why don't you try to expand?
Okay.
Right. Please expand. Now for
so wait,
Noah,
I'm supposed to expand until the coefficients of 1 over x cubed and 1 over x are the same.
Yes, until you see them. At the very least, that's the most basic thing you can do. Right? Until we talk about shortcut,
okay.
That is what you must do because you seem to be good at doing that anyway, right? Okay. So now Noah, look at this one. This one is your second line. This is what I mean by this, right? Okay.
Okay.
This thing will have a different quadratic law in the sense it is a different quadratic, right? In a sense lah. So we must now put that also in Desmos, right? So I believe it will be y equals to 9x squared, right?
Yeah.
But I think now it is plus 6x, I believe. Am I correct? And also I believe it is plus 1, right?
This one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm just going to add y equals to 0 just for emphasis. Everybody knows that y equals 0 is of course the x-axis. I'm just adding it for emphasis, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now first thing first, look at the original thing. Look at the original thing. The original thing intersects here. Am I correct? Here.
Yeah.
The new quadratic, I will call the new quadratic and the x-axis intersect differently, but not so different. Do you notice something about the two intersection?
What?
Look at the first intersection. What's the coordinate? Are you looking at my screen? Sorry.
I cannot see your screen. I only see your
I'm so
face.
sorry. I'm so sorry. See, I'm still confused. What the first intersection? What is it?
The negative 0.333.
Comma. Get used to it. Intersections are coordinates. Coordinates are 2, x and y. Comma.
2.3.
The other intersection?
0.33, 0.
So how different are they? How similar are they?
The x coordinate is the same.
The y is not. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if I were to explain what is happening, basically, sorry. Okay, the two original things will transform themselves into a new quadratic. This is the new quadratic, and the x-axis. So one more time, the old line becomes a new line. The old quadratic becomes a new quadratic.
Oh.
That's what happened from first line to second line, right? Now, the first line is curve equals line because he already said to you, oh, the curve is tangent to the line. The question did say that, isn't it? So that simply means they intersect, so they simply they equal. And then you transform to a new quadratic, which is better than the original one. And then from there on, you just handle the new quadratic. That's what happened in every discriminant question. Every discriminant question.
Oh, okay.
Does this answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. You can practice a bit, right? Good question. Okay. Ryotaro,
I got a question.
Ryotaro, you're doing things very complicated. Very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. Yeah. So I object based on the fact that it is very complicated and therefore it introduces error. The way you do it is you do it this way. There's nothing wrong with this. This is called times 1, right? From primary 6.
Yeah.
You could have just door. You could have just door. The door will be on the left-hand side. You times root, and the right-hand side, you also times. I really mean that what you're doing is not good in exam. It's not good. Although it might be correct until the end, it is not good at all to do extra steps like this. Do you understand my recommendation?
Oh, yeah.
You will achieve your goal immediately, y equals 2. In fact, you will jump right to, you'll jump immediately to this. You'll jump immediately to this, right? You understand? Huh? I want you to not erase this. I want you to repeat by using the door and just compare them, because I want you to take the better step. Okay, Ken?
Okay.
Okay, please try it. Okay, so Mike, how are you so far?
Well, I expanded.
Finally, it's not good. Now, which one do you think is, 1 over x cubed and 1 over x? That is your target, right? That's your target. Which
like
one would it?
This one.
I believe that is. Oh, that's square. Yeah, that's 1 over x, right? So how about the 1 over x cubed?
But this is 1 over x.
You do not get it. That's very dangerous.
No.
You're in this basic. Look, the third bracket, point to the third bracket, please.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. That is definitely 1 over x cubed. But the one on the left?
What is?
Yeah, that thing is
x squared.
So
also is 1 over x.
Yeah, that is 1 over x, not 1 over x cubed, because you will combine them. Make sense?
1 over x cubed is here.
I totally agree with you. Now the question say both their coefficient is the same. I want you to write below them. You extract their coefficient, please. I want to see you extracting its coefficient out of these two things, so that you can equate them, obviously. Right. So Ryotaro, you understand? It is a better way, and I strongly recommend that you think like this. Okay. So as for part 2, it will be very easy, right?
Yeah. Wait, I got a question again.
Just a minute. So I'm looking at mine. So
okay.
Okay, I disagree with your coefficient. First of all, a coefficient should not have you meant that you are doing everything. Okay, fair enough. So what's the coefficient? Yeah, Mike, the way you do it is wrong. The way you do it is wrong. The first guy is not 10k over x. There is a mistake. There is a mistake. Please figure out the mistake. For 1 minute. Ryotaro, what's your question?
It's just the same as just now. So whenever they give like this kind of, it doesn't have to be linear law question, but always capital. Is it always big?
No, only linear law will make it very not confusing if you capitalize everything, basically. Only linear law.
Oh, so
the rest, if you're
just write
a normal line is small m, small y, small x, and small c. Everything is small.
Okay.
In a linear law, everything is big because it is much less confusing than it is a intentional thing to help us. Okay. So it's a language thingy, not some sort of hidden meaning thing. Okay, it's a language thingy. Okay. So
no idea what's wrong.
Okay, Mike, how do you get 10?
Just 5 choose 3.
I like that. How do you get 1 over x?
X squared times k over x cubed.
No, times 1 over x cubed.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. How do you get k?
How do I get k?
Yeah.
I also have no idea.
think about it. Then how did you get K?
How did I get K?
Yeah, the K. Tan K over X. How do you get K?
Uh, 1 over X times K.
Mike, the bracket is K over X bracket cube.
K over X bracket cube.
Yes, you wrote that K over X bracket cube, right? That's what you wrote.
Oh.
Right? That's what you wrote.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're getting a hint. Good. The other one. All right. Okay. Can you clear it? Clear.
Yeah.
So now he's talking about the coefficient. Tell me, what is the coefficient of tan K cube over X?
10.
Right. You're better than this. And you're better than this. What is the coefficient of tan K cube over X?
Huh.
Then, Mike, come on. It's a language problem. Eh?
Yeah.
What is it? What does it mean to be a coefficient?
This is this.
What does it mean to be a coefficient?
Like the number in front of the.
Who? In front of the who? In front of the who?
The unknown.
The variable, fine. Who is the variable here?
K.
Oh man.
Over
Come
X.
on.
Like K cube over X.
The variable is X.
Oh.
K is an additional unknown. Fair. In discriminant question, would you call K the unknown, or would you call K the coefficient?
Unknown.
So we have a language. Your binomial problem is not binomial. You have a language problem. Maybe that's a good news. I'm sharing my screen, so look at my screen, please. Apologies. I'll just show you. I'll just show you that. That is Noah's question, which is discriminant. Look at this. What's the coefficient of x squared?
9.
Totally agree with you. What is coefficient of x?
2m plus 1.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So why is k any different? Look at that. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Who is the A? The A is 9. Yeah. Who is the B? Who is the B?
X. Like m1 plus 1 times
M
X.
plus 1. M plus 1. So the definition of B is the everything in front of X. The variable. Everything, including the M, which is you're trying to find. M is an unknown, fair enough, but the main variable is X. So even M is considered the coefficient.
Okay.
Right. That's what you did in discriminant. Right. That would be the language. So who is the coefficient here, Mike? Back to you, lah. Who is the coefficient here?
So the coefficient is X.
Mike, come on. M plus 1 bracket X. The coefficient is M plus 1, right? So the coefficient is the guy in front of X. X is the variable, right? Okay. So who is the coefficient here?
Yeah.
The coefficient is everything in front of
X.
1 over X, in this case, in front of 1 over X, right? So who is the coefficient again? Who is the coefficient?
It's 10k cube.
Will it be okay? It's a language issue. That is the coefficient. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Right. So the other guy, that would be the best way of writing it. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. You're writing it in a very nice way, right? So back to the question. He say this coefficient and that coefficient is the same. You should be able to do something about that.
They're the same.
That's what the question say, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
right? Ryotaro, where are you? Ryotaro, where are you?
I'm a different paper. I
Alright.
did everything on
the Tiriza, is it? Tiriza, what is it?
No, I went to Cedar Girls. Okay. Teresa is
what do you want to ask? Sorry, what do you want to ask?
I think page 5.
Cedar or
part
Teresa?
2 and 3. Teresa.
Noah, when I see you, I'm following your working, right? You don't seem to have any question, am I correct?
I'm just doing the question I see. No.
So basically what you're saying is you don't have any current problem. That's what you're saying. Yeah. But why bother practicing something you already know, right? Why bother, right?
Okay.
Oh, your science also no problem because you combine science. I always forget.
Yeah.
Are you saying that EMATH no problem? Your EMATH.
It's just language questions.
You mean statistics language question?
Oh no, EMATH was very long-winded one. Then they confused me with the language. And
the one at the back, the practical application, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I understand.
Totally agree that they are very confusing. I totally agree with that. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so. Maybe next week then start to have.
Sure. If you want to practice that question, I'll tell you because the method is very different. The method is very different in how you understand and do those questions. It's up to you.
The EMATH.
Yeah, that confusing thing. If you want to practice that, we'll do that. So up to you. So Ryotaro, I'm at page 5, which is it's a polynomial question. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So you're concerned with part 2 and part 3. So blah blah blah, B, right? So why is part 2 is giving you problem again? Right, part 2, right? Why is part 2 giving you problem? Yeah, I am surprised. What is your thinking here?
Wait, let me read again. Oh no. My computer.
Your computer?
You went off suddenly.
I'm going to share my screen. So let's pretend that you do not have a laptop. Let's pretend I'm going to share screen. So you're going to flip your handphone, right? You're going to flip your handphone to see the screen, and you can see my screen, right? Seeing it? Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you okay? Yeah? So what's your problem with part 2? Oh no, you're not seeing yours. Are you seeing your handphone screen? Are you serious?
Give me a sec. I think I heard some crackling sound. I don't know what's that. Wait.
Right. Go ahead. Noah, are you okay? Because your video and your mute is on.
I'm looking for the.
All right. Go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead. Mike, I'm following you. Rio, when you're back, tell me. Yeah? So Mike, I'm just following you, and you seem to be expanding reasonably well. I suppose we should start from there. Yeah. You tell me when you have a problem, because when I see your movement, then I assume that you're fine.
Okay.
Are you sure nothing? Are you sure everything is okay, Rio? It does seem okay.
I think the wire just unplugged something. It's okay.
Right. Okay. All right. So do you want to see my screen, or you can use your laptop again?
I can use this PC.
All right. Okay. You tell me when you are seeing your Jamboard again. Okay. Tell me.
Yeah. Already.
Right. So for part 2, you should not have any problem. It might be a reading issue. So maybe a reading comprehension issue. Tell me what you're thinking.
show the fx may be expressed in the value.
Tell me what's bothering you regarding the sentence. Tell me. I'm looking at question Noah, yeah. So I'm just trying to feel what is your problem, yeah. You probably shouldn't.
I just saw this question blank, so it must mean that I
You
was
cannot.
unable to do it. So I tried
what is
doing
this?
it now.
What is this paper? Sorry, tell me what is this paper? Is it a homework or something?
No, it's just a practice paper given by teacher.
Okay. So you tell me when you really have problem, yeah, because it feels that you shouldn't have a problem, like it feels. Okay, I'm still following it. Okay. So Ryotaro, you're doing something, and you're doing something that I believe is correct. Go ahead. Yep.
No,
yep,
I think I did this a long time ago. Maybe last time I didn't know like how to do this kind of question.
Right. Why did you stop here? You should be writing something on the left, the dividend, the divisor. Sorry, divisor. Who's your divisor?
Is it spot one like this?
Yes, I'm looking at it. Sorry, I disagree with your part one. Although you're doing something correct, I totally disagree with it. Like totally, yeah. It's very simple, you know. Your first line is totally correct. Your first line is totally correct, right? Your second line is a misunderstanding. Your second line is a misunderstanding. Your first line, look at your first line on the left and your first line on the right, right? It is a misunderstanding because your first line is already telling you the left-hand side is very similar to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So if you see it that way, I'm asking you to compare. Okay, the proper here is comparing the. In fact, you're comparing everything else.
Yeah.
The m, if you compare, the m on the left should be
half.
Yes, and the r should be
b minus q,
which you answer both already.
Okay.
So I believe you have a language problem, not a math problem, because when I use the left-hand side, you know what's going on. You do it correctly. It's a language problem, not so much of a math problem. Do you understand?
So just write m equals
half. Yeah, and r equals to p minus q. That again, I believe it's a language problem. Do you understand?
Okay.
You misinterpret the question instead of not knowing how to do it. You actually know how to do. You're looking fine, Ryotaro. You're looking fine here. Mike, you're not stopping. Oh, nice. Mike, you don't have a problem with the third question, really? Do you have the answer key? Sorry, for binomial, there is no confirmation. Do you have the answer key?
Yeah.
You better consult for this one because you're starting. Just consult. If you're wrong, we discuss though. If you're right, congratulations.
I'm right.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, you're correct, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations. So far, you're getting something. You're getting something. Yeah. I like your questions. They are very annoying to me, and yet they're very foundational. So I like it, right? Better you ask now. Yeah. What is it?
The rest of the binomials I can do, except for the last one. It's kind of
7, right? The coefficient, yeah. So question 7, even question 6 you can do. Question 6 is
not question 7, question 6. I thought question 6 was the last one.
Right. Question 6, it looks confusing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It looks confusing. But when you see the binomial, it's a plus b to the
power of n.
The binomial is not very complicated. So that's my first encouragement. I think you should just expand for a while first, right? You should just expand for a while. So just expand normally a plus b to the power of n on the first three term. You should be able to do that. And then I believe we can go on from there. Okay, give it a try.
So just expand it.
Yeah, the way that you normally expand binomial, and this is not very complicated. It is not. It is quite easy, actually. Because the way you expand usually is correct. You should not have problem.
Okay.
Ryotaro, why are you slow? Is it because you're rusty or you're thinking?
No, I found a mistake, so I have to redo.
Sure, right? For now, I'm okay. I don't like the way you, but you are correct. So Noah, the way you do it is, okay, how come you're not writing the final number here? I'm a bit confused. What is the number that you're supposed to put on the 10? 10 to the power of? Yeah, so your answer is correct. How come I sense some doubt from you? I sense some doubt from you.
Because sometimes I don't know if it's supposed to be like that straightforward, or is this meant to be micrometers or that?
I mean, I agree that 10 to the power of minus 6 meter is micrometer, but you don't have to worry about it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right. The picometer, totally correct. Again, are you sure that you understand this clearly? Because you did it correctly.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So Mike, you totally expanded very well. Now I just want to point out a few things. N combo 0, NC0, you can simplify to, NC0 is?
NC0.
Yeah, NC0, the first guy, right? NC0, right? Is, what is NC0? NC0 is something. It is clearly something. Okay, 1, good, which is 1, right? 1, right? Because you're out of focus, right? The a to the power n minus 0 is a to the power of n, right? And then, b to the power of 0 is 1. So you can simplify to a to the power of n. Now, you can also simplify the second term. The second term is definitely simplifiable, so to speak, because NC1 is, if you do not know that, I'm going to tell you right now. What is NC1?
N?
Do you understand? You should know this. You are at that level already. It's n. Then, you just leave a to the power of n minus 1 as the same thing, right? Just the same thing. And then b as b, right? So b. Right. The third guy is slightly harder to simplify, but can. So we're talking about NC2. Right now, the calculator is no longer helping you. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen a bit. Please look at my screen.
Okay.
Just a minute, I'm gonna have to do that first. So you should now be seeing my Jamboard, right? Okay. So now this guy, that is your issue right now. So whether you understand this as formula or what, but this is, let me just show you. Let's say we have this, right? Let's say we have this, okay? Let's say this. Back then, when I don't have the calculator, the formula looks like that, like that, like that. That's 7C3. I want you to press the calculator this and compare it with 7C3, please.
So you made a 7 factorial over
3 factorial, 4 factorial, and then compare it with 7C3. See whether I'm correct.
Where's my factorial on the calculator?
You should find it, because that means you never use it.
No, I have never used it.
Go and find it. I mean, you'll find it, right?
Wait, what was it? 3 factorial times 4 factorial?
Yeah, 7 factorial over 3 factorial, 4 factorial.
Then divided by 7 choose 3.
7C3.
It's 1.
Yeah, you understand? Whether the formula makes sense to you or not, it probably doesn't. It doesn't. It is a memorization. I agree. Yeah, I agree. So let me test you. What is 9C3 in terms of the formula?
9
factorial over, come on.
Huh?
9C3 is 9 factorial, right? Over.
Wait. 9 factorial over 3 factorial times 4 factorial.
6 factorial. How do I get 6? How do I get 6?
No, minus.
9 minus 3.
Yeah.
How to get 4? 7 minus 3. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you can confirm your memorization in the exam, is what I'm trying to say. Please confirm your 9C3. Is it correct or not? Ryotaro, are you okay so far?
I have a question.
Which is part 3, is
It's
it?
about part 3, yeah.
Part 3 is what I taught you last time. Do you remember how I teach you? I taught you.
It's correct.
So do you know how to do NC2, Michael? Better look at the Jamboard, Ryotaro. I'm not okay. Ryotaro, you look at that first.
Jamboard, which one?
You do not remember me teaching you that. You do not know. You do not remember me mentioning the snake. This is a snake. He's trying to outsmart you, and you better capture it from the tail. You do not remember that.
But I have an idea of what. I just wanted to ask if it's correct.
Oh, please show me.
I just wanted to ask if you see the 3x cubed minus 13x squared, or that one, then I equate it to the whatever they gave in part 3, then I factorize and get x. Is that correct?
Are you sure you're not outsmarted? Is what I'm trying to say. Are you sure you're not being outsmarted? You should think about it. Huh? This is, I warn you, right? This part is they are trying to outsmart you, right? Your defense is you should not be outsmarted. Right? What is NC?
I think I did it.
Oh, sorry. Where did you? Sorry. Oh yeah, totally correct. So that is for some reason more complicated looking, no? But this is what you need, lah. This is what you need. Okay. Now you go back to the question. What does the question give you? Because I cannot see your question. You're gonna compare the question with what you have right now, right? So he's saying that show this lah. Show this thing lah, I suppose. Yeah, show this thing.
Yeah.
Given that P is 4, Q, which is I suppose it is very how do I say it? Very complicated lah, I suppose. Yeah. However, with what you have, you can do it. The math is trying to confuse you. You can do it. For example, the question is telling you P is something. What is P?
What is P?
Yeah, the question is telling you what is P. What is P? I don't mean 4, I mean the first sentence.
What is P? P is 4. Wait, sorry, the first sentence.
The first sentence. The first, you read it for me, the first sentence.
The 3 terms.
The first 3 terms, right? The first 3 terms, right?
Are denoted by P, Q, and R.
Yeah, so what is P?
What's denoted mean?
A fair English question. It is symbolized by P.
Oh.
A fair English question. So what is P?
So P is a to the power of n.
Your language reading turns out to be fine. Yes, it is. That's P. What is Q? That other guy, right? That other guy lah.
Yeah.
And
whatever.
And R is that other whatever long guy, right? So at least we have some start here. Look. The question is truly trying to confuse you, and the question says that by knowing all that, do something to show what they say to you, show so this thing, right?
Do I need a sub in?
You're gonna have to algebra your way out of this. They set it up such as it is very complicated. Here's either the good news or the bad news. The binomial part is over. There is no more binomial. Your binomial skill no longer is needed. You need your algebra skill right now, which usually involves indices at this point. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are no longer practicing binomial.
Okay.
You are practicing, okay, I have P equals to A to the N. Okay. I have Q equals to that. Okay. And then you ask me to show that. I have to rearrange stuff the heck out of it. No more binomial. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you want to practice this, go and practice your algebra look, basically. So go ahead, look, if you want. If you skip this, you do not skip binomial much. Your binomial is done. So that's up to you. Priyotara, you okay?
I got a small idea, but
What is it?
I don't know.
Tell me.
We are supposed to use the part 2. We can find the different x value. Then we're supposed to put inside the part 3 thing.
No. Now, first thing first, you solve the fx to the power equals to 0, right? You solve it, right? Solving that part will be very easy. What does that mean? Oh my goodness.
That's why I was confused. I don't know what it means.
Okay, fine. You have a language problem, perhaps. I don't think it's a math problem. I don't think. So, follow me to page 6, please. Follow me.
Okay.
So never mind the word solve. See, I added the word solve out. I just show you fx equals to 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see this, what will you write? Just write what will you do, right? So go ahead. Noah, I'm following your email. I see that you don't have any problem. That's why I don't ask
one
you.
question here.
Oh, you have yours. Show me. So part B, is it? Okay, show me the full triangle, please. Okay, I understand. So what is cosine x to the power of 0? I don't, it's a degree. I'm so sorry.
Degree, yeah.
Degree, yeah. I like it, and I like the way you use the cosine rule. I agree with you. I agree with the way you use it. I like it a lot. What is your question?
Is it supposed to be like that? Or what?
Yeah. Why are you in doubt? Tell me why you are in doubt.
Never mind. Then how did you see? Like, you have this.
Find the value of h, right? Let me see. Right. So notice that you have A, you have B. Of course, they're asking you to notice. Right? Oh, you have A. What's the relationship between y and x? Tell me the relationship.
Y plus x 180.
You're correct. So using your AMAT skill, not EMAT, AMAT skill. What is the relationship between cosine x and cosine y? What's the relationship? You don't think that they have a relationship?
Cosine x plus y.
No, you don't. You're thinking about identities. I don't mean that. I mean a very basic thing. I really mean a very basic thing from him. I don't even mean identities.
Equals cosine 180.
So you're going to type in the calculator for me this. So you notice that, for example, 30 degree and 150 degree, their total is 180. You notice that, yeah?
Yeah.
So press cosine 30, please, in your calculator. You make sure that it is in degree, please. Yeah. Mike, what are you doing so far? No, don't do that, please. No, don't do that. No, I'm asking only cosine 30. Only cosine 30. Press equal. That ugly number. Now, predict, before you press the calculator, predict cosine 150. You cannot. Your AMAT. Predict cosine 150? No?
No.
Okay, press cosine 150. Equals it? Okay. Cosine 40. Go ahead. Cosine 40. Okay. So cosine 40 is this. Obviously, we won't remember. Predict cosine 140.
Is it negative this?
Try. Give it a try. What do you think?
Oh, okay.
This is from AMAT, by the way. So you use that. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Mike, I'm happy that you're trying this. What's your problem currently?
Like stuck here.
Again, it's not a binomial problem. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to simplify this, and it is an INDIS problem. Plus, it is somewhat a factorial problem.
Yeah.
So there are two problems here. I don't like that you cannot solve the INDIS problem. I'll leave that to you first, but I'll help you solve the factorial problem. Ken? I'll help you solve the factorial problem first. The factorial problem is confusing enough. Ryotaro, I don't like it. What is fx? What is fx?
0.
No. I know fx is equal to 0. What is fx? I don't mean fx equals to what. I really mean what is fx?
All I know is the one you put the.
Oh my goodness.
For example,
look at the question. No.
Yeah.
Look at the question. The expression fx means 3x cubed plus ax squared, which is I think 39, minus 39 plus 13x minus 3. That is fx.
that isn't what I did correct.
Sorry, what?
Isn't that I equated to 0, isn't it correct?
Yeah, correct. And then you solve it using calculator, which is the first part of the question. Totally correct. That will be your 3 marks. There will be your 3 marks. That will be your 3 marks. The problem is the second part, which is when they try to outsmart you.
So you're not supposed to equate them like the two equations.
You don't get my explanation. Back then you didn't get it at all. That means you probably didn't get it. But go get your 3 marks first, right? Because we will still be needing them anyway. So get your 3 marks first, and then we'll continue if you have time. Okay, Mike. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, Mike. I'm going to help you with this one. You have never settled this before, Mike? Never?
Never settled.
This thing. This kind of thing.
No.
Right. I'm going to focus on this one only. The reason is because what is 2 factorial?
2.
Yeah. So that one is basically settled. That's easy. You can just do whatever you
want. Are you talking about like just cancel everything else? So it's just like n minus.
You will be needing to cancel things. You will be needing to.
It's like n minus 1 over 2. Like
you are wrong. The way you cancel is wrong. So, but close. So let me just show you. This part. So n factorial is n, right, times n minus 1 times n minus 2, right, n minus 2, and I'll just go on, right, go on. This thing is, what is this thing? This thing is n minus 2. That whole thing is n minus 2 factorial, right? So over n minus 2.
So it's just n squared minus n over 2.
Yeah. You should start from there. Yeah, and get used to it. This one is needed only in binomial. So I suppose you will call this a binomial scale, but it's actually a combo scale, a combination scale, right? The C scale. Anyway, go ahead. Ryotaro, where are you doing it? Sorry.
It's on the side. It's page 5.
I
squeezed it.
Oh, right. Okay, so at this point, you got your 3 marks. So do you intend to not be outsmarted, or do you want to simply skip this? It is trying to outsmart you. It is. It is a
looks
snake.
similar to this previous, this equation I did. This is just the bottom part is different. So maybe how do I remove that?
Again, that means you didn't get the explanation. So Noah, for you, I think it's fine. You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So don't forget what I mentioned. It is a map. Now, no, Ryotaro, first thing first, is minus 39, not minus 39. So you already have some problem there. Right?
No, that's 3A. A is minus 13.
Am I missing anything here?
Because at first I wrote it like this, but I didn't see this one.
Oh my goodness, A is minus 13.
That's why I had to change.
Right, fair enough, fair enough. How do you handle the bottom one? That's the snake, no? How do you handle it? You are right. How do you handle it? That's the snake. You didn't remember what I tell you about the snake. This is a snake. It's trying to outsmart you. How do you catch the snake?
You said by the tail.
Not by the tail.
Is there something? Oh.
In front of the tail. Just slightly in front of the tail.
Oh,
not the tail only. Not the tail. It's very difficult to capture the tail, by the way. Like the tail moves very fast. But if you try to aim, you have never captured it. Just behind the tail.
I remember you mentioned something like that.
Yeah, and I did show you a video. Right? I really mean it that way so that you remember, because obviously you never captured a snake and you don't know how to outsmart. You don't know how not to be outsmarted. So where do you capture it? Near the tail. What do I mean by that?
The second last one.
Which is, that means you're currently comparing 13x with 13 over 2x. That's all, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now, at least you start from there. Okay, you go to page 6, 13x compared with 13 over 2x. Okay, yeah. 13x versus 13x over 2, right? So x is now x over 2, according to this comparison.
Okay, yeah.
And now you need to test whether it works for the guy in front. If it works, you have your key. Do you understand?
Okay.
Right?
You
test that.
Cannot visualize x is x over 2. That's
why I never say it is equal. It is not equal. That's why I say x is now. It is designed to be very confusing. I warned you already, man. It is designed to be very confusing. If you write equal, you're also wrong. It is not exactly.
So I write versus, like the starting
No,
one.
I'm not teaching you how to present. You're too focused on it. I'm just teaching you how to think about it first. Like, oh, this is how you think about it. Remember, it is trying to confuse you. You want to not be confused. The presentation can follow. Understand?
Yeah.
You're supposed to test it anyway right now. You're supposed to test whether it is correct or not. Okay. Mike, are you okay? Whoa, yeah, you're running out of space. The way you handle in this is not the best. Maybe, yeah, because you have trouble canceling the a to the power of n. I feel that's unwarranted. I feel like
You can cancel the a to the power of n.
So let's say that you have a to the power of 2n minus 2 on top, right? Let's say you have that, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have a to the power of n minus 2 at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you can do what you like, but I believe they can cancel each other. I believe so.
So you're just left with a to the power of n at the top.
If you are canceling a to the power of 2n with a to the power of n, I agree with you. You are left with a to the power of n on top. Totally agree with you.
Okay.
I suppose that should help. I suppose because you are supposed to do that. You are supposed to do that. And the way you didn't simplify n square with n square minus n, there is a way to simplify them. I also don't like it that you don't. You are not good at simplification. That is not acceptable. It's actually not acceptable for a math student. You do not see how to simplify n square with n square minus n. They can be simplified somewhat. They can. You don't see. I don't like it. Not good for you. Noah, are you okay?
You can simplify that.
Yes, no, yes, yes. You can simplify, and you don't see it. And I think you need to see it. I think. Noah, okay?
Got question.
Yes. What is it?
This one they say B is.
Zoom in, please. Sorry, zoom in.
Okay.
A bit more, just a bit more. Yes, thanks. What's the problem?
They say B is due east of A. So does that
What's
mean
the problem?
I can say this?
What it means is that you have a north at A also, right? North is everywhere. Huh? You have a north at A also. Yeah. So draw the north at A, just draw that. And then when you say due east means there's a 90 degree, it's an exact 90 degree. That's what it means. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, like this, right?
Yeah, so it's a 90 degree verb. Ryotaro, your test is good or bad?
Good.
Right? You don't test the cube. You should test the cube. By the way, you should.
Oh, okay.
You should. Don't wait.
Then you make that one the x over 2 equals y. Then you sub in. Is it?
No need equals to y. You basically just say previously x is this 3 number, right? Previously, right? But now it is x equals 2 equals to that 3 number. That's all.
Oh.
Right. So once you know that x is now x equals to 2, you just replace it. That's basically what it means. That's how they try to confuse you. It's a very simple thing.
Okay.
So once you do that, you get 3 numbers, you secure the last 2 marks, which is really trying to confuse you. Really. Right. Time is definitely up, guys. Noah, are you okay? So what?
Last question.
Okay, show me. Oh, then you're trying it. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it better doing EMAT than AMAT for you today? Is it better?
Yeah, for today, yeah.
Yeah, definitely more productive. I also like it. Right. Mike, yeah. You do not know how to simplify n square with n square minus n, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
Refactorize the n square minus n. I think the way you expand it is too rush. I feel like n square minus n comes from.
Refactorize it.
Yeah, it comes from. Yeah, it comes from. Yeah. It comes. No. Don't go to the source. My goodness. N square minus n. Before is n square minus n. It is from one step before it. Come on.
And
yeah.
Square minus n over 2.
N factorial is, tell me, what's n factorial? N factorial is?
N times n minus 1.
Yeah. You see? N times n minus 1, right? So you go back there, right? That's n squared minus n, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do I ask you to do that? Because I hope you can see how to simplify if you do that. What are you doing? Yeah, okay, yeah. So can you see how to simplify? Can I see it? Sorry, because your hand is blocked. Hand up, right? Paper up. Yeah. Tell me you don't prefer this.
I prefer.
Yeah. So at this point, you see that this is close, but not exactly equal to what they want you to show.
Yeah.
Right. What? Okay. The way you handle this is very bad. Huh? When they ask you to show, they're giving you the answer key, right?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to use the answer key. You're using the answer key right now. It's very bad.
No, I'm looking at the question. Not looking at the answer key.
The question says show what? Show
that the q square over q square over PR is equal to 2n over n minus 1.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use the 2n over n minus 1. It is the answer key.
Oh, okay.
Hello. You are currently stuck with the fact that you make a little bit of mistake. Do you see? The
Yeah.
a to the power of n is not supposed to be there. I suppose you're getting very close then. But you have to find your mistake. It's an algebra mistake somehow. Do you understand what I'm saying? According
Yeah.
to the answer key, you have something extra here. Okay, let's go and find the mistake.
Huh.
Do you get what I'm saying? According to the
Yeah.
answer key, you're just a little bit off.
Yeah.
Go and find your mistake. Obviously, you have a lot to practice in the algebra. You need it anyway. I mean, it's not a binomial problem, it's an algebra problem. Go and find it, look. Okay, go, find it. Trace back the mistake. There's only one mistake to solve, so hopefully you can solve it.
Wait, God.
Yes.
Is
You're
does this equal to?
Sorry, you're freezing, Mike. You're freezing. Sorry. Yes, you're saying.
Does this equal to this?
I want you to not memorize. I know it's difficult to memorize. I want you to test using your calculator, even in exam. This is exam, test. Make sense?
Yeah.
Test. Go ahead. I'm not asking you to memorize. I don't want you to memorize. Just test. Ryotaro, any question?
No.
Right. You settle everything you want to ask.
Yeah, I can't find for now.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to move on to science. I was waiting for you.
Oh,
That means,
okay.
that means to have confidence enough. Enough confidence and small enough anxiety to move on to science. What do you think? Not today, obviously, not today, but starting this moment. Are you okay or no? What do you think?
I don't know. It just feels like there are some topics we left out. I feel like I could learn them now and then get the marks, more marks. Like easy.
Okay, we're just waiting for Mike to Noah to stop. So because tuition is supposed to end like 20 minutes ago, right? Correct? Right. So don't worry. You just rest for a while. I want to talk to you after the tuition. Okay? Hang around. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Noah, I'm just waiting whether you can finish everything. And Mike, what is the result of your test?
So
is it
earlier on in the equation there's an a to the power of n that I missed out writing.
So does that solve your problem?
A to the power of n times a to the power of n minus 2 is a to the power of 2n minus 2. So then that means this thing will be gone.
And are you happy with that?
Yeah.
You found your mistake, basically.
Yeah, but I need to still evaluate.
It's still what? Sorry, it is what?
I still need to evaluate and.
That part is the easy part. This part is the hard part.
How do I do that?
They give you P, Q, and R, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
So you got to use that number to do stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is very easy considering that you have you have shown that this is that. So finding n will be easy, I guess. No.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now finish that so that you can sleep in peace.
Is it for my question? Is it done like this?
Your bearing is this is still the bearing.
This one.
Okay, yeah. Because I forget the pictures. Yeah, okay. Totally I'm okay with that. I need to see the bearing one more time. Yeah, okay, good. So the child is running from where to where? B to C, is it?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you take that. I like the D. Yeah, I'm totally fine with the triangle. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Done evaluating.
So. You haven't found the n, Mike. Hello. They ask you to find n. Oh, okay. I cannot see. So there is the answer correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy, Mike?
Yeah.
Are you happy, Noah?
Is you think is correct?
I'm not sure about the final answer because I don't have an
Yes,
answer key. The working is fine.
Oh,
The
okay.
4.433, you should have gotten it from the area thingy. Yeah, correct. From the area thingy. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems fine to me though. Happy?
Yeah, can.
Right. So for today, Mike and Noah, good job. Anything about the new setup so far? Any feedback?
None.
All right. Noah?
Can I sometimes use the computer as well? Then can see what
Sure.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. For now, let's use our laptop. Okay, I will also want to improve from that side. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
When is the next tuition?
Like each 2 days, so Tuesday, like Sunday, right? Then
Thursday.
Tuesday and then Thursday.
Okay.
Friday should always be a rest day for everybody, right? So nothing on Friday.
All right.
Not even you. You should not be studying on Friday. Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
But
All right. So Ryotaro, now it's us, right? You were saying that
Oh.
you want to practice, right? You're saying that you want to practice if possible. I don't mind. Are you really at peace with your science? Really? You're letting them go.
Oh no, I know the test dates. The science is
Ah.
like a week after math.
Oh, no wonder you have such a strategy. So let me please, I'm gonna type it. What's the test date for math?
Math is 11
11 Jan. So 1 week.
January. Yeah.
And then the chem and
Physics
This-
physics 13 and then chem 18.
You're not so worried about physics.
Because physics, even if I pass and I fail chem, then I still have to drop the combined science. So I'm
You
not
have
really
to, or
focusing
you're
on
strongly
physics.
recommended. Sorry.
Uh,
Which one is it?
strongly recommended, I guess.
So the stakes
like, if
are not
I-
as
yeah.
high, right? Stakes are not as high. Right, fine. What you want to do is to focus totally on your Sec 3 again for your A-Math. That is what you want. You don't have much time for physics. You have probably some time for chemistry.
Yeah.
Let me emphasize that you should be resting on Friday night, on Saturday, and then you start again on Sunday. Okay. Your 18th January happens to be on Tuesday, right? So you probably should be preparing concurrently for A-Math and physics. I am saying, I don't, I suppose, right? I suppose in that way, a bit of physics. And then your chemistry will probably go through.
When do I start revising for chemistry, or should I start like now? And then physics, I ignore.
My recommendation is this. Don't kiasi on math. Don't kiasi on math. You are no longer kiasi. Sorry, you know what's kiasi, right? Do you know? Sorry, do you know what does kiasi mean?
Not really.
Oh, so sorry. I thought everybody in Singapore know. You know what's kiasu, right?
Yeah.
What does kiasu mean?
Like, you need to, how do I describe?
Oh, you do not know the real meaning, obviously, because you don't speak Hokkien. It's a Hokkien word. Kiasu
I
means...
know the action, but I don't know like how to say in English, like how to describe.
No, it's very simple. Kia means fear. I'm afraid, right?
Yeah.
Su means lose. I'm afraid to lose.
Oh.
Don't be so kiasu. Because if you're afraid to lose, your action will be in a way so that you prevent not losing. But kiasu is extreme. No? When you're afraid of losing too much, you do extreme stuff, which actually will causes you to lose in a certain other way. So that's why kiasu is never a positive one. Even though nobody should want to lose, even though, right? So there's kiasu represents the negative side of fearing to lose too much, so to speak. That's the social commentary on kiasu. Okay. So kiasu, then you have kiasi, right? You have kiasi. Si is die. You're afraid to die.
Scared to die.
Yes. Kiasu, kiasi, kiabo. That's the social commentary on Singapore. Don't ask me why it comes, but kiasi lo, and you are definitely kiasi 1 month ago.
Yeah.
You feel that you are going to die. You feel. However, you mentioned you no longer feel the impending doom.
For math.
For a man. No
For a
longer kiasi. Kiasi is worse than kiasu.
Yeah.
It's worse. It's worse. It's really
Yeah.
worse. So the social commentary is kiasu, kiasi is worse, then kiabo. Kiabo is afraid of my wife. So I kiasu, but I'm
Okay.
even more kiasi. Then I'm even more kiabo, right? Which is not a bad thing. Kiabo is not a bad thing. They make it like fun, but it is good for our husband to a little bit kiabo, a little bit, right?
Okay.
A little bit. At least you sayang your ball, something like that, right? You know,
Yes.
whatever. That's a social commentary. So anyway, you're no longer kiasi, so that means you're not kiasu and you don't have a ball.
Yeah.
Okay. We live like that. No? You are trying to be kiasu just now. You see. But you no longer kiasi.
Yeah, I know I can probably pass, but I feel like I'm losing out on 3 marks.
Precisely. You are kiasu.
Oh.
You see the point? You are kiasu. You go to the I suppose you go to the better level. I like it that you are now kiasu because you came from kiasi.
Yeah.
So I suppose when you're married, you will kiabo.
Yeah.
You look like a very nice guy. You will probably kiabo. At least to people who do not want, to accommodate their wife. They call you kiabo. What a nice guy, right? But kiabo is worse than kiasi. Kiasi is worse than kiasu. Are you sure you want to kiasu?
Okay.
It is
I think
perfectly up
as
to you.
long as I pass.
Of course, of course.
But yeah. Pass
no guarantees that you will
fine.
pass. There is no guarantee that you will pass. There is no guarantee.
Yeah. There's still a chance I can fail.
True. True.
But
it is now
less
not a big chance,
likely.
right? It is no longer a big chance. Right? But the reason why you're doing this is because you never win before.
Yeah.
No wonder you kiasu. It's very natural because you never win. And the stakes are high enough. Fair. It is fair for you to kiasu. I'm speaking just from a gentle, I'm just speaking very gently. Even though you don't have full confidence in yourself, because you never win before, I believe you will not lose.
Okay.
I'm still
I just
asking.
hope. I just hope the test, not majority of it is like I never practice on, like those linear law, binomial.
I don't get why you don't practice linear and binomial. I think that's a bad strategy. Currently,
Yeah,
that's
I
a very
know.
bad strategy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I never picked that.
Yeah, no,
Because
that
I
is
thought
bad.
like those, I thought those like coordinate geometry and certs is more like 3 marks compared to like super long linear law. That can
Yeah,
be
but
confusing
back
to
then you
some.
also abandoned them in a way because you are more confident in it back then, right?
Yeah, that's why, because my plan was to like abandon them, then like last few days I learn a bit, so I don't lose 100%.
Yeah lah. So you should be doing that. If that's your reason, no, that's a good strategy. If that's what you mean, you should be doing that right now. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, I do
That's
that.
fine. That's fine. So I suppose right now you should just be keeping balance, no? Right? You know, the Sec 4 is not in full force, right? You're not abandoning Sec 4 in any way. That's great. You have time right now to prepare for the exam. You should probably balance with physics right now. Probably.
Okay.
Just to make sure that your physics doesn't suffer too much. You probably won't feel so great also, I suppose, if you abandon your physics, right? So the levels, you're going to balance math with physics. I think that's an easier job than balancing math and chem. Like imagine if chem and physics swap places. Just imagine that, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's a
see.
disaster.
So you have a better setup here. And furthermore, math is the first thing. Imagine that chem and math swap places. You actually feel very bad.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, the feeling is you don't like. You just want to settle math first. Please lah, you know, right?
Yeah.
You might even secretly wish that math is done like this Friday. I don't know, maybe you will wish for that, right? So that you will just finish it.
Yeah, I don't mind as soon as possible.
But the setup is not bad. The setup is not bad. It's what I'm trying to say lah, right? The setup is not bad.
Do I the chemistry?
So I give you
like after physics, or
I give you a few things here. You must not tire yourself this weekend. So even though math is coming, you're anxious. You must take your rest. So this weekend, you must rest in a way that Sunday you can start again. You promise me that first. Understand? You have time, you have to.
Yeah.
If school is so relaxed, you go and practice your math, no like, wow, such a diligent student, practice Sec 3, right? Practice your math at school.
Okay.
Rather than going to sleep, because we haven't even talked about how to stay awake properly in class. We haven't, you know, especially during your 2-star time. We have not done that. So the best thing you can do with that is to simply practice your math or physics or both, whatever. Don't just wait until home. Obviously, home, very little time.
Yeah.
Okay? But after you do that, on weekend, you must regenerate, because then you can do math properly. And then you can do physics, hopefully properly. Settle that first, can? Okay,
can.
That's the attitude that you must have, right? You must rest. You cannot be so kiasu not to rest. Now, let me tell you why. Because after physics, then chem comes in, and you're going to be a bit worried. You're going to worry about chem after physics. That's where you start to worry. And your worry might be a bit big. It might be. That's just you, right? So on that weekend, which is the next week, not the coming weekend, but the next weekend, maybe you can cut your weekend just a little bit shorter. Not a lot, but a little bit shorter. Maybe, you know, Friday night and maybe until Saturday lunch. That's not as long as usual, but, you know, that's not bad. Then you can use it for camp. So you have some time for camp.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you cut your weekend right now, your math and physics will be affected and your camp will be worse. So please don't do that.
Okay.
Don't be so kiasu. Kiasu is not good.
So don't touch chemistry until physics.
You're probably going to be fine. You're probably going to be fine. Even though you're not fine, that is still the best way to do it anyway. Why carry 3 burden? That's not what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You're only juggling math and physics right now. That's bearable.
Yeah.
Try to juggle chem together. You won't get anything. So thank God for the setup. The setup is very kind. Thank God lah.
Yeah.
If you thank God, because you know you cannot set it up now. It is set up for you nicely. Then you don't kiasu.
Okay.
Agree on that first?
Yeah.
Understand that? Now, the way you want to study linear law and binomial is not kiasu. You are supposed to do that. I misunderstood you, right? That's not kiasu lah. Okay. Now, I need another 10 minutes so that we can talk about the Sec 4 strategy. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have enough energy?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see your face. Come. Okay. I don't want to see you
My
saying
face.
right?
I'm
We
just
talk.
looking at my homework because they gave homework. Wait,
Yeah.
how do
Don't,
I-
don't look at your homework, you know. Look at me, I look at you, right? We discuss. Right? We discuss. Come, we discuss. I don't know how you do it, but you can yeah, okay, good. Good. Oh, you're in pajama, okay,
Yeah.
which is good. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in
Right,
pajama.
right. What I'm trying to say here. Right, okay. So this is addressing you specifically, Yotaro. We talk about Sec 4. Let's say the Lord grants you a math, chem, and physics again.
Okay.
You can study them again. So you're going to study them with the rest of your subject. That's a lot of subject, right? It's a lot of subject. You need specific strategy. You need specific habits. We should build them specifically at the start. So I mean, I guess after chemistry, right? After chemistry. I guess after chemistry test, you will definitely know whether you will study them, right?
Yeah.
So I am asking you right now, I think I need to be very specific with you on the habits. That means what to do. It is good if you can understand the reason why, but I think when you do them, you'll probably understand why. So you are that kind of person.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, I probably won't be very specific with Noah, for example. I'll give Noah more freedom. He has his own tempo, he has his own habit. He is currently the fastest out of all of them. He is. So he's good. To you, I think it's best to be very specific. Then with Mike, I'll probably fight with him a bit because that's his nature. But I think he also needs very specific things. Right? Now, you are a person who probably will do what I recommend, right? So is there any reservation here? If I be very specific with you, I think you need to do this at this point. I need to do this at this point. I think you need to try this at this point, and you should try it for 1 month. Then you'll start to feel the habit. Will you have any reservation on that?
No, it's fine.
Right. Okay. Then I'll just start with this thing, and then we shall close it for today. Right. Now, this slot is currently your 4 or 3.5 stuff. Does it actually feel like that right now?
Yeah, it's because today it was like just administrative stuff, so
Correct.
nothing to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
So
want to
I think
know, maybe 1 week from now, you've been preparing for math. Oh, Sec 4 is kicking up. Is it still 4-star at 3.5 star, right? So you just give me an update. Now, we talk about, you're not a good master and you're not a good employee, right? You're not a good boss, you're not a good employee. Yeah. We talk about relegating your alarm to the proper position, which is the alarm, right? Now, you can only do that so far if, let's say, if you don't become a proper boss of yourself, the alarm will get back to the position. He will try his very best to get into his previous position where he feels that he has the right to be the master. So he'll do that. Whenever he gets the chance. Right now, his chance is low, right? So here's the principle. You have to put the best of you in charge. What is the best of you? The best of you is the wisest part and the most loving part of you. Together, you must put those things in charge. That is a very good boss.
Okay.
The alarm is just there as an alarm, right? Okay. So now, why do I say that it is the wisest and the most loving? It's very simple. Now, to simplify, I just make it very simple. Wise means you know what is right and wrong. Loving simply means you know what is good and bad. when you are 2-star, your sense of right and wrong and good and bad in math is very bad. You cannot really tell what is the right thing from the wrong thing too well. You cannot tell what is a good thing from a bad thing too well. Even if I explain to you, you won't get it if it is a 2-star. But if we talk about it in 4-star, hopefully right now, you can get it reasonably quickly and you won't misunderstood too much. If you don't get it, you'll ask good questions, intelligent questions. That is a sign that your good and bad and your right and wrong is working well in your 4-star. And that's why we must always choose to do difficult things in the 4-star. Right? I suppose that is all I want to say for today. If your tuition time ever become 3-star or even worse, 2.5-star, it is very bad. Because your sense of right and wrong and your sense of good and bad is not functioning very well. One of the effects that you can see is that you chase ghosts. Chasing ghosts is an effect of you are really you don't know what's going on, no right and wrong, no good and bad, until you feel that you have to chase after something that you don't even know. That is the sense of your good and bad, your right and wrong going haywire. But right now, when we talk about the snake, I would say probably 3 weeks ago, you'll be very worried. How come I don't understand what teacher Philip is saying? Maybe you will feel that. But I sense that just now you are quite composed. As I tell you, you saw it before. Last time, when you saw it before and you cannot do it now, you are very worried.
But I realize the more worried I get, it only gets worse and worse, my ability. So I have to keep calm first.
Nice. How easy is it to keep calm in 2-star?
Oh, 2-star not good.
How easy for you to keep calm 1 hour from now?
1 hour from now?
11 o'clock, right? 11. How easy is that?
Oh, I probably will give up if it's that kind of question.
Yeah, but just now you didn't. Your energy is working fine. Your boss is the right person. So it matters a lot. It matters a lot. You have to keep calm. You cannot keep calm every time. You cannot. But you can keep calm just now. Good for you. That's why we always choose to do the hardest thing in a 4-star situation, including just now. You did well. You really did well, in terms of keeping yourself calm and understanding what I'm saying and then following up. Just remember that you cannot do that every time. Nobody can. So you choose the best time for the most difficult thing. It's all I want to say right now. Okay. So you were a very good boss just now. You lead very well. You see, a boss is supposed you lead very well. You come down. You're also, I must say, a very good employee. You are, because you did it well, right? After you come down, you did it. You're a very good boss to yourself. You're a very good employee to yourself. That's very nice. Okay, so you want that. You want to pray for that. You want to ask from that during exam. Right? You want that. You don't want the alarm to be the boss.
Okay.
So that's all. That will be the foundation of your good habit later on. A good habit will always try to do the difficult thing at the right time. Then the rest becomes easier, right? Okay. More on that, I suppose. Anything else?
My Chinese tuition was supposed to be on Thursday, 7:30, but it was interfering with this class, this tuition.
So normally it is in Thursday, normally.
Sorry? Yeah, normally it was Thursday, last time. Yeah.
Sorry, is it online or on-site? Or on?
On I think here on site at my house.
The teacher will come.
Yeah. Because she
7:30
will
to
come at like 7:30 to 9. That's why I had to like ask her to come like 30 minutes early. So
how does
and
she
at
respond to
8:30.
it? How does she respond to it?
She
Schedule?
was concerned. Yeah, no, she said it's okay. She don't mind like coming 30 minutes earlier.
Correct. But she's concerned.
She's just worried like straight away tuition. Maybe I tired. Like because if I end 8:30 immediately must go his tuition.
Right. What will suffer is math, right? What will suffer is math. Basically, right? Test it out for 1 day. Test it out for 2 weeks. We'll talk about it. We will always talk about it. We will talk about it definitely after Thursday. See what happened. See what happened, right? And again, let's just see what happened, right? Right. But don't do extra preparation. Just walk into math tuition in the same way that you did. Just see what happened. No extra preparation needed, right? Okay. And in the back of your mind, remember, Friday I will be resting. Remember that. Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Have a good sleep. Bye, Dutara.
Okay, no worries.
Bye.
Thank you.